what's going on, everybody? So, obviously, I'm making another video just to be ahead of the schedule, just because I'm not going to be around my Wi-Fi for about a couple days. I'm going to be gone tonight and tomorrow. I'll be back around Saturday evening. So, I'm going to head and get this uploaded so it'll pick up for tomorrow. So, we're going to do 2 in one day. So, today, in this video, we're talking about Baylor, the Baylor Bears. So, other than that, let's get right into it. Alright, here we are. We're back at the drawing board. And you're probably wondering why there's nothing right here. I'll explain later. But, we're talking about the 2020 Baylor Bears football team, where it's being led by first-year head coach Dave Aranda, former defensive coordinator from the 15-0 national champions LSU Tigers, which we'll get into that in a little bit. New offensive coordinator Larry Fedora, and your defensive coordinator Ron Roberts. Dave Aranda, everybody's expecting a pretty good season out of this kid. Well, not kid, but guy. Just because, he's now leading the fastest turned around program in 2 years in Texas history, the best. So, hopefully he gets to turn his stuff around. He does have only 2 returning defensive players on his defense. So, that's actually not too bad. Being able to work with new faces, stuff like that, so he can implement his defensive style into their game. Then on offense, you got about 4 returning starters, but a total of 8 total people on offense returning, including senior Charlie Brewer. Which Charlie, we can get down into it right now. Passing 389 attempts, 251 completions with 3,161 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Pretty good for Charlie Brewer, but hey, you got a starter coming in to senior year with 30-plus starts under his belt. Hey, you got a little something. You don't got that much to prove now. But let's move on over to the 2019 rankings on offense and defense. So we're going to start on offense again, scoring. Baylor put up 33.6 points per game. That's third in the Big 12, 21st in the nation. 166 passing yards. I did get that right, correct? Yeah. Put up no. 166 rushing. So my bad. Let me just go through here real quick. Fix that. Rush. Pass. Same down here. Alright, back to it. So, 166.4 rushing yards. That's 6th in the Big 12. That's 67th in the nation. And it could be better. Passing, 255.1 yards per game. 5th in the Big 12, 44th in the nation. It totals out to be 421.5 total offensive yards per game. That's 6th in the Big 12, 52nd in the nation. Defense, they've allowed 19.8, call it 20 points per game. That's 1st in the Big 12 and 19th in the nation. They had the best defense in the Big 12, so don't be surprised by these numbers. I'm not surprised at all. But going to rushing, they've given up 142.9, call it 143 yards per game. That's 5th in the Big 12. 49th in the nation. They've given up 217.6 passing yards per game. That's 3rd in the Big 12, 49th in the nation. Totals out to be 360.4 given up yards on defense. That's 3rd in the Big 12, 11th in the nation. So all this, where they all rank out, Baylor finished 1st in the Big 12 in defense and 11th in the nation. Moving down to my recruiting list, we're starting out at number 5. Will Garner, linebacker. You must be wondering who Will Garner is. He's a linebacker from Spring, Texas. He's going to be coming in. It's not his recruiting class. It's not Aranda's recruiting class, but he'll find something to do with this guy, with Will Garner. Number 4, we got a quarterback, Blake Shapen. Blake Shapen is from Shreveport, Louisiana. Prepare for him to be, the next starting quarterback, unless it's going to be Gary Bohannon, which he's a sophomore, but we'll just have to see. I assume he's going to be Blake's going to be redshirting this year. So, number 3, Drake Dabney. He's going to be a tight end. Expect him to be coming in pretty quick and starting at least in the next 2 years. But Drake, he's from Cypress, Texas, so he's going to be staying at home. So, moving on to number 2, we got Tay McWilliams, running back, which I think he's going to be the next big thing at Baylor. So, keep an eye out for him. Tay is from Rosenberg, Texas. We got a lot of Texas boys on this team, but the number 1 recruit, I think this year is going to be James Sylvester, defensive end from Newton, Texas. I think he's going to fit right into that Ron Roberts defense and the Dave Aranda defense. So, I think they'll be pretty good friends. Now, my rising star for this coming year is Matt Jones. Matt Jones on defense with plenty of holes. He's on a defense with plenty of holes, so he will find a way in. You'll see that I have Jack right here written down, but he fits into the Jack positions. It's cross between a linebacker, and then you got stand up defensive lineman. So, but he was a District 2 6A Defensive Player of the Year as a senior in Odessa. What is that? In Odessa. He saw limited action last season, so expect him to be playing a little bit more this season. So he's 6'3", 237 pounds. He's a big old boy. So quarterbacks, watch out. All right, going on to key returns for this season. Obviously, quarterback Charlie Brewer. We already went over his stats. You got Terrell Bernard. He had 112 tackles last year, which I believe led the team in tackles. So he'll be a big key for this defense this year. Then Connor Gavin. Connor Gavin is returning for sure. Connor Gavin is returning to help out that offensive line. Key losses. We got James Lynch, the defensive end. First team All-American and the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Lynch set Baylor single season 13.5 tackles and 22 sacks on a record. So he's got that set, but he's gone. Denzel Mims, that man. We all know that man, Denzel Mims. Had 66 receptions last year for 1,020 yards with 15.5 average yards per catch with a good total of 12 touchdowns. We all know about Denzel, so I don't need to go anything more over him. Then Grayland Arnold, ranked second in the Big 12 and 5th in the nation, with 6 interceptions at his position as a safety. He's moved on. So other than that, we can get to the 11-3, 8-1 2019 Baylor Bears. We can get back to that, get to that, where's that up here? The schedule. So maybe I can move this over here just a little bit. There we go. So, starting out last season, week 1, Stephen F. Austin. Baylor, y'all had fun with them, 56-17, that's a dub. Played UTSA, very next week, 63-14, dub. Went down to Rice, cut it close, 21-13, still got the win. Opening Big 12, played Iowa State at home, barely beat them by 2. So, you're looking at 4-0 right now. Went down to K-State, beat them 31-12. Played Texas Tech at home, went to overtime, which, as you know, Baylor went into a lot of overtime games this year, but Baylor pulled it off against Tech 33-30. Went down to Oklahoma State, beat them, just had fun, had a field day that day, beat them 45-27. Played West Virginia at home, 17-14, which we'll get into that later. Went down to TCU, won in overtime, 29-23. Played Oklahoma And, can't do nothing bad about it. I mean, it was the defense's fault if we're going to blame anything. Oklahoma came back to the largest comeback victory in school history at Oklahoma. So Baylor lost 34-31. So that's the first loss of the season. Only Big 12 loss. Unless you count the Big 12 championship, then that's 2. But anyways, played Texas the very next week, beat them 24-10. Then went down to visit old Les Miles and Puka Williams down in Kansas. You notice I say that each video because it's true. That's all they got. But beat them 61-6, just trample all over them. But played Oklahoma in the Big 12 championship, went into overtime and lost 30-23. And then played Georgia. And where'd y'all play Georgia at? The Sugar Bowl. The Sugar Bowl and lost 26-14. So we're looking 11-3, 8-1. Baylor Bears. But now, what y'all have been waiting for is what I think it's going to be looking like this year for the Baylor Bears. So, with that being said, let's get on with it. So, y'all open up against Ole Miss at a neutral site, and that'll be in Houston, Texas. That'll be played at the Texans Stadium. I think Baylor goes in, pulls off a nice W. You play Kansas early. You go down to Kansas. Well, Kansas comes home to Waco, and Baylor gets a win. Don't know how to say this name. Incarnate Word. No idea. But I know they ain't good enough to beat Baylor. You play Louisiana Tech at home, should be nothing. Shouldn't be a problem. You go down to Oklahoma. You go down to Oklahoma. I think it'll be a close game this year, but having back-to-back games right here, Oklahoma Tech, you're going to have to take your loss at Oklahoma. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be most likely a 10-point game. That game. Y'all saw it. New defense. I don't know. Play Tech. Go down to play Texas Tech. Get the win. TCU. Playing TCU. You get the win against TCU. Now you play Texas. This is where I think another loss comes in. I think Texas comes down to Waco and beats y'all at home. Play Oklahoma State. Is that right? Texas? Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. I think I messed this one up. Didn't I? Iowa State. No, I didn't. I got that right. Yeah, I got that right. But y'all, the Texas game's at Texas. I didn't write that down on my piece of paper. My bad. It's just a yellow piece of paper I got everything written down on. So I messed up on that. Y'all go down to Texas. So that's going to be a for sure. I think y'all for sure going to have to lose that game. That's tough. My bad. I did not read that correct. I apologize on that. But with that being said, you play Oklahoma State at home. You beat Oklahoma State. You already know it. I had y'all winning in the Oklahoma State video. Nothing changed here. You play Iowa State though. Does Iowa State beat Baylor? Now, we saw last year what the Iowa State game was. Y'all were at home, won 23-21. But this is where I think, you got to think of the experienced player, the veterans coming back. Just Charlie Brewer. You lose Denzel Mims. Denzel Mims had a great game against Iowa State. That's why y'all won that game. So, with that being said, with how weak that defense is coming in, we don't know how the wide receivers are going to be, I think the best bet is going to have to go with the loss. But at this time, you got to keep in mind, y'all should have y'all stuff figured out by then. But I'm just going off of what I know right now. And we're going to stick with the L right now. Now, y'all are going to call me crazy for this next one. But Y'all saw the West Virginia game last year, too. Now, keep in mind, these are two teams back-to-back that gave y'all trouble, that has given Baylor trouble back-to-back, but you're playing them back-to-back games next year at their home field. Going down to West Virginia is not going to be pretty, you know. This game can go either way. It's who's showing up. Who's showing up? But West Virginia, I do have them winning that game. I'm sorry, Baylor. I'm sorry. You're going to realize this is going to be the year you got to take a step back. So is Oklahoma. Like I said, I got to be non-biased. So you got to take that step back with Oklahoma this year because y'all have lost everything on defense. But I think Dave Aranda's going to turn that program around in the next 2 years once again. And with the final game against Kansas State, I think that's going to be a dub for Baylor. So, looking on up here, right here, we have the record. We're going to have a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8-4 record on the season. And Baylor goes, they lose 1, 2, 3, 4, lose 4 Big 12 games, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5-4 in the Big 12. I believe so, yeah, that's what I have written down. So, that being said, let's go over our rankings so far. We'll go over our little rankings. Right over here. We're in the right vicinity. So, with that being said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At number 5. Number 5, we have Baylor. Going 8-4. Number 4, we have Iowa State. Going 8-4. Number 3, as of right now, Oklahoma State. Just because Texas does have the upper hand in Big 12. So Oklahoma State is 9-3. Like I said, it's going to come down to the Oklahoma State-Texas game at the very end of the year. So we're just going to keep it at this. Number 2, Texas, 9-3. And number 1, until proven guilty, got the 11-1 Oklahoma Sooners. That's how we have it as of right now. So, you must be wondering who's coming in at number 6 this next video. Most likely will be on Sunday or Saturday night, either one. Depends how many views and likes we get on this video. So, who's coming in at number 6 on my list? Like I said, we have 8-4 Baylor, 8-4 Iowa State, 9-3 Oklahoma State, 9-3 Texas, 11-1 Oklahoma. Who's coming in at number 6? Let y'all guess. Remember, the remaining teams we got is Kansas, we got Kansas State, we got TCU, and we got Texas Tech. So we got the first half done. We have the first half done. So now, second half. Who's next? If you guessed it right, who's on my list? TCU. Coming in at number 6. Coming in at number 6. Now, this is where I have it all. This is where I'm going to draw the. This is what I mean. This is where I'm going to draw the line. When I say I'm going to draw the line, it can go either way here, because this is where I'm drawing the line. What K-State's going to show up this year? So, this can easily be a 6-7 flip-flop. But we're not going to get into that yet. But if it's looking like that, then you draw your line. Then here we have the whole West Virginia. We got Kansas down here. And then, I mean, what's the other team we have left out? Texas Tech. These right here are our last remaining teams we have left. But, like I said, expect TCU to be the next video. Expect Kansas State to be the one after that. You know, just because, I mean, that's where the line's going to be drawn. But you can draw it under TCU and Kansas State just because, I mean, that can go either way. I wouldn't be telling y'all this in advance if I didn't think this would be it. So these last three, it's kind of a little toss-up for me, but we're just going to have to figure it out as we go. So other than that, you must be wondering why, like I said, I don't know if I went over it yet, but this whole thing's open right now just because this place is for my guys to watch this year, but I've usually put down 4 guys, and my 4 guys to watch this year is Charlie Brewer, Terrell Bernard, and Connor Galvin. And so if you want to get technical with it, my 4th guy would be Matt Jones. So I didn't write him down in here, but that's why. So other than that, that's it. So like I said, next video is going to be TCU. Cannot wait to do that, but I can't wait to do Kansas State. Y'all know how excited I am to get to that. But, you know, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, do we really need to go over West Virginia, Kansas, and Texas Tech, though? Because what are they going to do? You know what I'm saying? I can just go ahead and give you my records on them. We can wrap it up. We can wrap it up. Actually, you know what? We're doing that, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting freaky in here. It's getting crazy. So, I guess I can start doing that. Just do the first half. So there's our first half. So this is bonus content. Alright? Bonus content. So, like I said, at number 6, I have Kansas State. I'll give y'all a little briefing over Kansas State. No, TCU. My bad. What do I have written down here on the Texas Christian University? One moment, please. Alright, this is what I got written down on them. You know, head coach Gary Patterson. He has the 172-70 record, 19 plus years as the TCU head coach. You got offensive coordinator Sony Cumby and defensive coordinator Chad Glasgow. We know where they're from, Fort Worth, Texas. So, basically, I'll just go over my key, returns and losses, and that's it for each of these teams. So, key loss, Jalen Reagor. We all know about him. One of the best wide receivers in the Big 12. Lucas Niang, offensive tackle. And then Jeff Gladney, cornerback. Started 42 games in his past, I think 4 years, but he is pass happy Big 12. He's tying the conference record in passes defended as a senior. So, but returning players, my top 3 is Max Duggan. That's who I think is going to be your starter this year for sure. Max Duggan, your sophomore, your future quarterback for sure. Tay Barber, wide receiver, my next big guy. My next Jalen Reagor for TCU. Then Coy McMillan, the returner. The returning center. Here, let me just get this written up here. So, like I said, we got TCU. But now, y'all must be wondering what I got them as my record. Record-wise, I have them going 7-5. 7-5 in the Big 12. Coming in at number 7, the one and only Kansas State, which I said y'all may be unhappy with me about them, where I put them this year, but People can get over that, you know. It's Kansas State. What have they done to y'all? Not a damn thing. So, we can all get over it all at once. But Kansas State is being led by head coach Chris Keeman. He's only been there 1 year. Y'all saw his record last year. Went 8-5, beat Oklahoma, the statement win. But the man's 80-18, 7 years. 7 years as a head coach. But we're looking at offensive coordinator Courtney Messingham, then defensive coordinator Joe Clanderman. You know all about them down in Manhattan. You go down there, nobody. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up game for sure down in Manhattan. But key losses: Denzel Goolsby. Y'all know about him. Y'all know about him. James Gilbert, the running back. It's gonna be tough, but only 1 season. He only played with him 1 season, but he made a big impact. Big impact for Kansas State last year. Dalton Schoen, the wide receiver, led K-State with 37 catches for 579 yards and 4 touchdowns as a senior. So, who's going to be replacing him this year? I think Malik Knowles will be the guy to go to. That being said, key returner Skylar Thompson. I think he's going to be a great quarterback here in the near future, but when I say near future, I think halfway through the season, but it's a sad thing that he's a senior this year. So we're going to get the most of him. Then you got Justin Hughes, the linebacker, the heart and soul of Kansas State's defense. 100%. 100%. Remember the name, Justin Hughes. Wyatt Hubert, the defensive end, the first team All Big 12 defender. Should be one of the nation's top pass rushers this season, so watch out for him. But like I said, these two right here, you can go either way. Now, you might be seeing like a little pattern, but I got them going 7-5, 100%. Coming in. Now, where do we want to go here? I mean, this paper may make me look a little dingy here, but I'm not going to be putting records on this because I haven't done records. Just expect anybody in this next 3 spots to not have over 5 wins. So next, I got West Virginia, number 9, Texas Tech, number 10. Number 10 coming in. I think he's going to get 2 wins this year. Les Miles coming in at number 10. Number 10. I'm just kidding. Kansas. Kansas coming in at number 10. Finishing last. I don't think I need to explain myself on this. I think I've explained Tech more than I have. I think the head coach over there, he's going to be good. I think West Virginia's head coach is going to be good too. It's just you got to have time to rebuild. I think Les is going to be good. Next year, Kansas State may be on the downfall. Next year, TCU may be on the downfall. Next year, Oklahoma State may be on the downfall. Next year, Iowa State may be down on the downfall, and Baylor may be on the downfall. So, maybe it's these two's team. Maybe it's their turn. Maybe it's their turn. But other than that, with me doing all that, wrapping it up, I will be taking, for sure, requests on teams you want me to do now. 100%. I don't care if it's Appalachian State, Nebraska. Give me some teams. Comment some teams. I'm ready for them. So, we're looking at the 8-4 Baylor Bears. Then you have my rankings of this coming season. Ending, the video will be way too long for me to go through and do records for those guys. So, but with that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next video. For sure. But hey, remember, like, subscribe, comment on what you want, share it, do everything. Help me out. Help a dude out. So, other than that, I'll see y'all in the next video. I thought I was done recording on the Baylor video / Kansas State, TCU, West Virginia, Texas Tech, and Les Miles, Kansas. Thought I was done recording on that, but I want to let everybody know that has been watching my stuff. I appreciate it so much. It means a lot to me because it's just more people out there watching my stuff. You know, it's not just my idea of, I'm not just talking to myself as an audience. There's people that actually want to watch, so I appreciate y'all very much on who's watching me and stuff like that. More content. I mean, I want some more ideas. You know, I could have, you know, done every team in the Big 12 as in the second half, not just the first 5. I could have done that second half video by video, but my knowledge on, you know, Kansas, my knowledge on West Virginia and Texas Tech, you know, and then Kansas State, you know, I mean, it's not as where they are with like Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas, stuff like that, you know. So I'm looking to do more content than just this, you know. So if, like, let's say like Alabama or, you know, Ohio State, Tulsa, you know, I mean, there's people out there that like that kind of stuff. That, you know, people want to hear that. But what I'm trying to say is, I just appreciate everybody that watches my stuff, and it's not just me talking to myself on my channel. You know, I'm hoping to grow, and whenever we do grow, I hope to bring y'all along with me. I plan on staying. I plan on making more and more and more and more content, you know. I'm doing it for free right now. You know, I don't have to be doing it, but I'm doing it because with the stuff going on in the world right now, there needs to be sports. There needs to be more than just soccer. There needs to be more than just golf. So what I can do is, you know, to my knowledge of things, I can come on here and talk to y'all. If y'all want questions done, I'm here to answer them for y'all. You know, I'll do live feeds on YouTube. I'll even do it on Facebook for the people that I know in real life that want to watch me do stuff on Facebook, answering questions, stuff like that. I'll do it. You know, just ask for it. Just ask for it and we'll do it. So, but other than that, I mean, we'll expand more than just college football, Big 12, you know. We'll expand. We'll go SEC. We'll go Pac-12. We'll go Big 10. We'll do all that, okay? We'll go MLB. We'll go NBA. We'll go NFL. We'll do all that. 100%. 100%. I plan on doing this, like, let's keep the channel seasonal, you know. So, in real life right now, we'd be MLB, you know. But we can't. We're talking MLB, NBA, college football right now, you know. But we can't. So, once things get back to normal, we'll get it to where, you know, we'll get to NBA just for a certain amount of time. We'll get to MLB for a certain amount of time. We'll get to NFL. We'll get to college, you know. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys and where this channel is going to go into the future. I feel like if I keep the content coming, I feel like if more people share, more people like it up, we'll get where we want to be, you know. I mean, I'm glad I have my own little following group that'll watch me, you know. So I appreciate that a lot, you know. I've done it in the past, you know. I've gotten discouraged because I was more worried about like what people are going to think about, you know, my videos and stuff like that. I was worrying about a lot of that stuff, you know, like at one point I was more worried about like my mom seeing my videos and stuff like that. Like, it's not embarrassing. It's like, does my family think I'm weird for making, you know, videos over sports, stuff like that? But yeah, I got over the hump, and here we are. Here we are. You know, 5 videos later. We've done 5 videos already, you know. God, that's crazy. That is crazy. But, you know, I just, like I said, I had to get past that hump. So, like I said, keep watching. You know, hang in there with me. You know, hang in there with me. Keep watching the stuff. Like it if you actually like the video. I'm not going to make you like the video like some other people want you to do. I'm not going to tell you you're going to get good luck for the next 10 years if you like and share and subscribe. I ain't going to do that. If you don't like my content, you don't like it. You know? That's not my problem. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. Nothing like it. We're just trying to keep it straightforward with things. You know? So, other than that, That's all I wanted to do after that video. I didn't. We're taking up 5 minutes and 30 seconds of the original video. We're adding more on to it. I didn't mean to, but I felt the need to tell y'all that there's not going to be a second half to the Big 12 video. Okay, I've done my first 5, and like I said, I squeezed everything into the rest of this video. You know, I didn't have the records for West Virginia, Texas Tech, and Les Miles, you know, but I highly doubt I'm going to have West Virginia fans, Texas Tech fans, and Les Miles fans, you know, Kansas fans watching my stuff, you know. Which would be cool if I did, you know, but they know the truth. They know they're going to be at the bottom this year. They can tell me the record this year, okay? So we'll leave it at that. So, other than that, I don't know, I'm started like, you know, just sitting here talking. Just sitting here talking to y'all. What's up? How's your day going? Leave a comment. How's your day? You know, stuff like that. You know? But hey, I tell you what, once we reach about 500 to 1,000 subscribers, I'm not gonna do it at 500. I am doing a giveaway, and I swear to you, I'm doing a Derrick Henry autographed Tennessee Titans away jersey giveaway, and I promise you on that, promise it. So once we get to 500, you just comment on, you know, that video of just that video that's out at that time. Just start commenting that, but you have to like and you have to subscribe for sure, 100%. You have to be subscribed if you're going to be getting an autographed jersey by Derrick Henry from my closet. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm putting it at 500. I'm putting it at 500. If we can get to 500 subscribers, bet your ass. But other than that, I appreciate y'all watching. You know, thanks for hanging in there with me. Thanks for watching my stuff, watching my content. Everybody that's sharing my videos, I appreciate it a lot. So, see y'all in the next freaking video. Okay? What is it going to be about? I don't know. Give me some ideas. Comment, send me a message or something. So, I appreciate y'all. See y'all in the next video.